1, 2, 1, 2. La 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 la. Drops of summer, so soon to fade away. Evening coming early, shortening of the days. Autumn is a-calling for a Halloween parade. Turkeys are getting nervous about the elves and the sleigh. Hurricanes are dying, oceans growing cold, the sun is changing places, the leaves are glowing gold. They seem different to the tears in my eyes. The lifeguards have gone home to the whistles in their minds. The cotton and the corn, ready to be torn. Of September, the arms of the farms, hurricanes are dying, the ocean's growing cold, the sun is changing places, the leaves are glowing gold. Waving as they fade, popsicle sticks, have all been thrown away. Little drops of summer, soon to fade away. Little drops of summer, so soon to fade away. Little drops of summer, soon to fade away. Little drops of summer, drops of summer.
It's the Saturday Night Ribfry. Ribfry. Are you ready?
Hey, where you wanna go? Do what you wanna do. What you wanna see. I wanna rib fry with you. Saturday night, rib fry. It's the shiny rib. Saturday night, rib fry.
Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy the longest running weekly musical Ribfry in American history. Your host, Sandy Ribs. Ribfry.
raindrops keep falling on my head. Just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. Nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun. And I said I didn't like the way he got things done. Sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling. But there's one thing I know. The blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me. Oh yeah. All right. Ooh, baby, where did you find that sense of humor? Oh yeah, and that filthy mind. Yeah, let's get together, you and me. I need a date. Oh, can't wait. Oh, sugar now, baby, 2 or 3. Now, if you want to party, I'll party with you. You wanna be tardy, I'll be tardy too. You wanna see some art? Well, I'll watch it with you. Walking in the park after dark, oh, baby, you know what to do. I'll do it with you. I wanna kiss you. When I'm not with you, I miss you. Whatever you're doing, baby, I'm doing it with you. Doing it with you. Doing it with you. Doing it with you. I've got no scruples. You can tell I'm in love. Take a look at my pupils. Go ahead. Get a little closer. Take a look at my pupils. If you wanna party, I'll party with you. You wanna be tardy, I'll be tardy too. You wanna get drunk, oh, I'll get drunk with you. Stumbling in and pour out the door, baby, you know what I do. I'll do it with you. I wanna kiss you. When I'm not with you, I miss you. Whatever you're doing, baby, don't belong. I don't belong in the devil's song. I don't belong in the devil's song. Flowers and sparklers, one in each of my hands. Big stars in my markers, the orders of a man. I don't belong in the devil's song. Let me be ashamed and come find my haze, baby. Cook me an onions and vinegar for taste. I don't belong in the devil's song. I don't belong. I don't belong in the devil's song. I don't belong in the devil's song. Posting out my congregation like a tools in the shed. Possess my tongue with ridicule instead. I don't belong in the devil's song. Rebuke my beast, that great herd of bull, with their pieces of silver and their vile book of rules. I don't belong in the devil's song. I don't belong. I don't belong in the devil's song. I don't belong in the devil's song. I quit my talking. I've gone on too long. Forget my complaining. I know that it's wrong. I don't belong in the devil's song. Do not spin your pressure on my sinful soul. Just fill your hearts with blood and oil and gold. I don't belong in the devil's song. I don't belong. I don't belong in the devil's song. I don't belong in the devil's song.
All right. Welcome to the Ribfry, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, baby. Man, it's a good time to be here. Oh, yeah. Feeling good. Feeling good tonight. Feeling real good, baby. So, man, how'd you like the new opening? New opening was cool, huh? There were some clips from my new video I'm going to play tonight, going to premiere tonight, The Golden Age of Outrage, featuring the Shiny Soul Sisters. Shiny Soul Sisters. So what you heard there in the beginning, it was a nice mishmash of some stuff I got going on there. I started, of course, with Raindrops Keep Falling on Your Head. That was originally written by Hal David and Burt Bacharach for 1969, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, that film with Paul Newman and Robert Redford. It took, what Wikipedia said is it took B.J. Thomas 7 takes to take that one. Bacharach was there, and he didn't like the first 6, so I guess he liked the 7th one. And B.J. was suffering from laryngitis at the time. So the version on the movie, I think, is a little more huskier sounding voice than the eventual release of the single. And let's see, it was went to number 1, of course, in a lot of places. But strangely enough, only went to number 38 in the UK. Kind of weird, because they have a lot of rain over there. I thought they would like that song. What's up, UK? Why do you hate B.J. Thomas and Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head? Why do you hate it? It was the first number 1 of the 1970s, the first number 1 hit of the 1970s, timing and everything, and won the Oscar that year for Best Original Song, Best Original Score, for Hal David and Burt Bacharach. And then I go into, then I went into Jigsaw Puzzle, which is a Rolling Stones song. Y'all know I love the Rolling Stones. It's funny though, you know, that's not a typical Stones song. Jimmy Smith loves that song, and I think he sort of gave me an appreciation for that. Yeah. It was what was it? It was on Beggar's Banquet. It was on Beggar's Banquet 1968. So just, you know, a year before, just about a year before Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. And sheesh, that's I think Nicky Hopkins is playing piano on that, and Charlie Watts is on drums, Bill Wyman on bass. I'm not sure of all the other musicians on that, but it got kind of panned by this guy named Richie Unterberger. I don't know who he wrote for, but he described it as mere album filler. Album filler, he described that as, and claimed it was just highly derivative of Bob Dylan, and thought they were just ripping off Dylan with long, wordy, surreal songs that Dylan did at that time in the 60s. And I'm like, well, didn't everybody? I mean, it seemed like every song in the 60s, well, not every song, but lots of songs in the 60s were ripping off Dylan. I mean, and then we continue to rip off Dylan. I'm still, like, right this minute, I'm ripping off Bob Dylan. You can't see it, it's under the desk here, but I'm ripping off Bob Dylan right here. Yeah, it said some Dylanologist. Okay, just stop right there. You use the word Dylanologist. I'm just like, not interested, nerds. Dylanologists, please. But some Dylanologists think that it's a direct response to Stuck Inside a Mobile with the Memphis Blues Again. I don't hear that at all. I don't know where they get that. The thing is, a lot of Dylanologists, all they know is Bob Dylan. They don't know They don't know much else. And this guy Unterberger, I hate his name. No offense to anybody named Unterberger that might be in the live stream audience tonight, but he just sort of goes on to dog on it and says it's lack of melodic development. It just stays a monotonous stock blues tune. But the thing is, it's not a blues song at all. This is not blues. Unterberger obviously doesn't know what he doesn't know what blues is. So Unterberger has lost our credibility with me, and I think he should be taken out of the Wikipedia altogether. I don't know why. It's because the algorithm awards negativity. The algorithm loves negativity. I'm tired of the algorithm. We need to start. I don't know how can we take revenge on the algorithm? How can we storm, what's the equivalent of storming the Bastille with the algorithm? I don't know. But then later on it gets, Jigsaw Puzzle got a lot more credit from some hipsters. The hipsters have done a lot. They've gone back and looked and said, actually, all that stuff y'all didn't like was actually really cool, and the stuff you liked kind of sucked. Oh, man. It's a cool song, though. And then I go into Devil's Song, and that's a new arrangement of Devil's Song that I'm pretty excited about. Because I modulate at the end. I changed key. I don't know if you caught that. Some of you may have caught that, where I go from boom, D up to C. It's pretty cool. Well, check it out. Next up, I got this little bit that is like a little clip from a video that we submitted to Michael Hearn's Big Barn Dance. We were supposed to play the Big Barn Dance this year, and they're really good friends of Kelly McWee, one of the Shiny Soul Sisters, and so that's what this is about. And this is the first of 3 songs that we sent to them. Apparently, it was a big hit on their virtual festival this year, so I'm sure we'll be back playing that festival as soon as it's safe to go back into the mountains. All right, enjoy Ribfry. Ooh. Shadow Rib, Michael Hearn, Big Barn Dance. Is this not a basketball tournament? Softly on the thoughts of others. Don't let it be lurking long distance. Have mercy on your fathers and mothers. And if you get out, forget how to fly. It'll make you cry, and you wonder why. So don't leave it alone. Don't you leave it. 'Cause it ain't a lot, it ain't been told. Unrealized dreams, pots of gold. Sitting alone under a window sill of a bride to be against her will. And if you get forget how to fly, it'll make you cry, and you wonder why. So don't leave it alone. Don't you leave it. Don't you leave it alone. this road. Who can make a hard heart go? To those who roll. May a hard heart go. Don't anything when you make us say. Open your hands, stop being so pissed. Don't you hurry, worry, I stumble. It will never make you humble. And if you get high, get high to fly, it'll make you cry. Woo, that's cool. Ooh, ah. I'm flat picking it tonight too. Couldn't find my finger pick, so I looked around on the floor, found a flat pick. You ever need to find a pick, look on the floor. Woo. 31 days my fingers feel like rain. This jail was built on cracklings and cocaine. A policeman ran me down, then charged me with smoking and inciting vagrancy. Yes, I did, yes, I did. Chicken sneeze, eating my crackling buttercup, blooming in the badland, kaboom, kaboom. Piss on the curses, hospital, piss all the nurses. I gotta find some weed and some wine. I just gotta find it in troublesome time. Oh yeah. Them Navajo troopers ran me down, escorted me right out of town for cherry picking squirrels and feeding them dogs and dreaming of Jamaica in a fall. Yes, it did, yes, it did. Chicken sneeze, eating my crackling buttercup, blooming in the badland, kaboom, kaboom. Piss on the curses, hospital, kiss all the nurses. I gotta find some weed and some wine. I just gotta find it in trouble a long time. Mississippi State Police chased me past Pascagoula all the way to Metairie. I robbed a Federal Bank with a rack of real. A jar of sauce, some white bread, and a bib. Yes, I did, yes, I did. Chicken sneeze, eating my crackling buttercup, blooming in the badland, kaboom, kaboom. Kiss on the curses, I spit up, kiss all the nurses. I gotta find some weed and some wine. I get too fancy for more good. I just gotta find, oh yeah, it ain't trouble. I humped in, I was eating cracklings as the feds were closing in. They watched the water as my car went rolling in. They dragged a river and notified my next of kin. Brother, pigs do fly, and so can a man when he's full of fried pork skin. Come on, them devil. Woo. Woo. Ah. Oh, the old cracklings. Man, oh man, the cracklings. Oh, I sent that out to my old friend Steve James. I got the inspiration for that song from the great Steve James. I know there's a lot of men out there named Steve James, but Steve was he is a great musician, a true musicologist. You know, some of us fancy ourselves musicologists, some Dylanologists. But Steve is a true musicologist. He knows everything, and he specializes in the resonator guitar, but he plays anything with strings on it, basically. I used to go see him and Mark Rubin play down at the old Flipnotics coffee space on Barton Springs over there years ago. That was usually one of my favorite live music experiences, seeing those two just sitting in a tiny little room, the two of them telling stories. He had so many great stories. Anyway, he told me one time he got stopped in just across the Alabama border, going east. I believe he was headed east and from Mississippi, and got pulled over, and then the trooper asked him, saw the guitar in his back seat, and he said, "So you're a guitar player?" And he said, "Yes, sir, I am." And he said, "All right, maybe you can answer me one question. Who is the greatest guitar player of all time?" So I think Steve sensed that this was his moment to get out of trouble, and he said, "Well, everybody knows it's that Alabama wild man Jerry Reed." And the trooper let him go with a warning. So remember that if you ever get pulled over in Alabama and the trooper asks you who the greatest guitar player of all time is, Alabama wild man Jerry Reed is the correct answer. We're celebrating this week Jimmy Carter's birthday. This is a little collage I made of Jimmy. I kind of remember Nixon. I remember Jerry Ford. But Jimmy Carter is the first president I really remember him being president and being aware of it, and but a truly decent, great man. He had I believe his 85th birthday this week. So happy birthday to President Carter. Much love and respect. Which brings me to the next song. My, how we have fallen, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! I'm not gonna say much more about it, but I don't want to get anybody riled up. But I do have to make some. Eventually I had to make some commentary on things, and this is a song I did a little bit. It's not in your face. It's not preachy or anything. I just think people are just ready to argue all the time, and I love debating. I grew up debating with my dad, especially politics, and I love doing that. And we rarely see eye to eye politically, but we still can maintain some emotion. We don't get so mad that we disown each other or something. So, but anyway, this song's sort of about that. How we what I've termed this moment we're living in, the 20s. This is the 20s now, the teens and the 20s, that I think will forever be known as the golden age of outrage. Loud. All right. Well, there you have it. The debut of The Golden Age of Outrage. That's going to be up on Bandcamp as a single and in iTunes thereafter for a few weeks, and then onto streaming sites for a little while, so you can stream it to your heart's content. The YouTube will be up on. The video will be up on YouTube, of course. That was one of my first attempts. I've been learning video editing, and it's a guerrilla endeavor, of course, but I kind of like that about it. That it has a certain charm because it's my hands. It's my hands that are doing the editing. It's also the first time I ever filmed anybody for a music video with the Shiny Soul Sisters, who came over just this last Tuesday, and I inserted them into the timeline. I inserted the Shiny Soul Sisters into the timeline. Yes, I did. All right, I have a chat guest. I did a Zoom. Well, not a Zoom. We did, what did he want to do? He had some other thing called Block Party was what my friend Clint Broussard, when I asked him to Zoom, he said, well, I do Block Party, but, I could do anything. I was like, I don't know. I think it's called Block Party. It's just some chat software. So I got on Block Party, so it looks a little different. And I had a whole conversation with him I was going to edit, but I've somehow lost the raw footage of that. I don't know how. I'm a little disturbed by it. But, or I may have put it somewhere. I just forgot. It's somewhere in the brain of my computer. If you see it floating around out there, let me know. But I did edit this one little conversation we had that I played for my Patreon folks over at the Rib and Tickle Lounge. You can access all of the content at the Rib and Tickle Lounge and all of the unusual, unreleased, and weird things I post on my Patreon by joining my Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. I will put that information up right now for you. There you go. Subscribe to my Patreon. It's worth it, I swear. 3 different levels. $3, $10, $30. You get different things for different levels. It's cool. It's cool. I love my patrons. A lot of y'all are on here. Thank you all for being supporters of the Shiny Ribs media empire. Anyway, my good friend Clint Broussard, I met him in Houston playing shows at the Volcano, got to know him really well, and he among many, but chiefly him, turned me on to a lot of swamp pop. He's originally from Port Arthur, I believe, or Nederland, over in the Golden Triangle area, southeast Texas. So we have that in common, and he's been a great teacher to me and a really lovely dude. He has a radio show on Mondays in Houston on KPFT, 4 o'clock, called Blues and Hi-Fi. That's great. Especially around Thanksgiving, he usually does a Swamp Pop special show. And then he has a podcast called A Day in the Life podcast. That's all in this interview. So enjoy my friend Clint Broussard. Yeah, rib fry, like your life depended on it. No, but late night radio, I always liked, and now a lot of things are canned, There's they buy syndicated stuff to play overnight, so they don't have to pay a person.
Right.
Which I find kind of boring,
I agree.
Because, I know in Austin is where most of the late night stuff I used to hear. This guy, Jeff Johnston, he used to have the late night shift at KUT before it was KUTX. And
right.
Same deal. You knew if you're coming home from a bar at 2 a.m, Johnston's going to be in there playing some crazy shit. Sometimes like a whole side of a record, he'll just let it play, and he would leave or go do whatever he had to do, go outside, get some fresh air or whatever.
It's when it's the most real, man.
I
You
know
know, some guy.
I love freeform radio, and it doesn't exist in a lot of places anymore. But podcasts like your podcast, Day in the Life, is where you're going to get freeform radio.
That's kind of my goal.
Yeah.
You know, because of exactly what you just said, it doesn't really seem to exist anymore. You know, it used to be. You'd be listening to the radio at 2:30 in the morning, and if you heard Inagata Davida, it meant that the DJ had to go drop a dude. You know, I mean, that's why it happened.
It's true.
So,
It's true.
yeah.
Everybody knows that.
And it was like, then you're in on the joke, man.
Then you're in on the joke, exactly. I used to have a regional manager in Shreveport when I worked for Johnny's Pizza over there, and I had my first band, the Pickle Line Coyotes, and we'd play little parties and stuff. And his name was Steve Randall, character, and he was the regional manager, and he would always show up whenever he was at a party that we were playing or somewhere. That was his main request. He's like, "Inagata Davida, Inagata Davida." He thought it was the funniest damn thing, and it kind of was funny, but it was better than Freebird or Whipping Post, you know.
And it's longer than for those two.
It's longer than both of those put together.
Yeah. Oh, well, right. Especially when you're listening to
you
it.
could do a whole radio show with just those 3 songs and just let it play.
You know what? You probably could, man. And I bet it's been done, sadly.
This must have been done.
You know, like 74 in Orange County or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a famous story of Neil Young, apparently, like right around harvest, like early days of Crazy Horse, if not just, you know, doing it on his own, had an interview on an FM station, and FM was like so new back then because they were playing bars, album oriented rock, so it wasn't just singles, they were playing whatever. And I guess he showed up for this interview, man, like late night, say 11 or something, and the guy is just burning them in the studio, man. And he's in there alone, and the guy like is talking to Neil, and he asks him a question or two, and then just goes out, just falls asleep on mic, just head down. And it's just like, what? They're all looking at one another like, what the fuck are we gonna do? And they actually, I heard that story because they filmed that in the movie Almost Famous. They made a scene out of it that was based on a true story. But I thought, how do you fall asleep during an interview, man? If I went out right now, what would you do, man?
Yeah, I would let it film, and I don't know what I would do. I'd probably start playing some music or baby talking, maybe singing lullabies to you.
Right, turn it into a thing.
I'd turn it into a thing. It would be part of the show, yeah. It would be gold.
I won't even.
It would be comedy gold.
I won't. Totally.
Musical Journeys. I'm running out of ice. I gotta replenish my ice. Don't worry, I don't need tongs. I'm the one who plays the songs. I don't need tongs. There is no right. There is no wrong for a man who sings songs and who fills his glass with ice without tongs. It won't be much longer now. All right. Lemon juice is your friend. You know I'm never going to get scurvy. I know for sure. I know for a fact. I will never get scurvy. Because I drink gobs and gobs of lemon juice every night. Miss Odom, how are you? All right. Okay, here's a song maybe some of you may have heard or maybe not. Most people have not heard this song. I have just a lot of songs I've written that have never been recorded. I might play them at solo shows like in Houston, like at the volcano, under the volcano, or, you know, maybe I'll play Samstown Point here. What up, man, Laurie? Pack it right. Yeah, that's a good one. If that really is your name, Robin. I don't know. Chocolate City. No, it's Chocolate Town, Vanilla City. Vanilla City. Chocolate Town, Vanilla City. Right? I can't remember that one. I'll write that down. Coffee and herb rag. Man. But you guys, I know, Mom. I know. It's out of control. But that's what late night on Facebook is in the middle of quarantine. It's out of control. I should do, come on, feel the noise. Girl, rock your boys. Beth Rankin. Morning's night. Man, okay. All right, I'll try and get that one. Yeah, Lisa, that's true. Chief of the Fathers. Oh my gosh. Millie Vanilli. Yeah. Volcano shout out. That's right. Here's the volcano. Under the volcano. V for volcano. All right. So this is a song about a story. This happened at Book People. Some of you book people that are on here. Some of my old book people group is on here. I know Emily, Jill. I've seen y'all on here. If you're still here or not, I don't know. But I worked at Book People in Austin. It was the kind of a new age books. Not kind of a new age. It was a new age bookstore. It was down at Brody Oaks before it moved to 6 and Lamar. Malia, what's up, Malia? Max's better half. Lament, yeah, Graham, I know you like that one. I have to get my mandolin out. And my mandolin is in bad shape. Anyway, I worked at Book People. I worked on the floor there. Then I worked in the receiving department. I ran the receiving department for a long time at Book People. What up, Choppy? Choppy, come on. It's getting good now. The late crowd, the late shift's coming in. We got the late shift. Late shift. Late shift. It's one of my songs called Late Shift. Is that wrong? Can you just completely steal people's riffs? Of course you can. Chuck Berry is evidence of that. Riffs can be stolen. But cars cannot be stolen. You can steal a riff, but you can't steal a car. I think that's an REO Speedwagon record. No, it's a new Shiny Ribs record. You can steal a riff, but you can't steal a car. All right. So this is about a story. Ozzy Osbourne came into Book People one day. And somebody told me, and so I had to go down and, the store was a buzz. The whole staff was buzzing because Ozzy was in the fucking store. Ozzy fucking Osbourne in the store. So I had to go down there and just, meet him. I just wanted to stand next to him. And so he was tiny, man. He was so tiny. Tiny, he was frail. He was fragile. You could touch him and he would turn to dust. He was that kind of frail, And I was a little surprised. But so I met him. I patted him on the back and welcomed him to the store. And he was very nice, but a little standoffish. He didn't really want to talk to anybody. He just wanted to be left alone, of course. But if you're Ozzy Osbourne, you're not going to be left alone. I'm going through changes. But I didn't experience this, but one of the employees, I don't remember which one it was, maybe Jill or Emily might remember, but as Ozzy was leaving, he dropped his weed. He dropped his bag of weed. And one of the employees of the store honestly, rightfully went out and chased him down and gave him back his weed. Instead of pocketing that shit and sharing it with the staff, we could have had a party that night and all smoked Ozzy weed. I mean, you're only going to get one chance in life to smoke Ozzy weed. And the only thing better than Willy weed, we all know, is Ozzy weed. So, but they returned it to him as honest as they are. Because, them book people employees, 99% of them were very honest. So, anyway, it inspired this song about this guy who drops his bag of weed, but he doesn't get it returned. He goes back looking for his weed, and he's asking this woman who was in the place where he dropped it if his weed's there. It's called, what is it called? Have you seen my bag of weed? I dropped my weed on the floor while I was walking out the door. Tell me, have you seen it in here? I thought I can get some more, but I just want to know for sure. Have you seen my weed in here? Have you seen my weed in here? Well, you're pretty as a picture in the light of love. Reminds me of a scripture that I dearly love. You look radiant as a flower. You're like a honey to the bee. Excuse me, please, I'm on my knees. Have you seen my bag of weed? Excuse me, please, I'm on my knees. Have you seen my bag of weed? I dropped my weed on the floor while I was walking out the door. Tell me, have you seen it in here? I know I can get some more, but I just want to know for sure. Have you seen my weed in here? Have you seen my weed in here? Your lashes are long and lovely. You look like Caldonia. Baby, I just gotta know. Have you got it on you? You got beautiful eyes, but I can barely see them. You're like a famous painting in the Lions Museum. You're like a jewel in the junkyard. You smell skunky to me. I wish you on up. I wish you on up. Have you seen my bag of weed? Or if you got it on you, baby, wish you on up. Have you seen my bag of weed? I dropped my weed on the floor while I was walking out the door. Tell me, have you seen it in here? I know I can need some more, but I just wanna know for sure. Have you seen my weed in here? Have you seen my weed in here? I dropped my weed on the floor while I was walking out the door. Tell me, have you seen it in here? I know I can get some more, but I just wanna know for sure. Have you seen my weed in here? Have you seen my weed in here? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen my weed? Woo! All right.
have flown except you alone. I'm gonna leave this broke down palace on my hands and my knees, and I will roll, make myself in bed by the waterside. In my time, I will roll. In a bed by the waterside, I will lay my head, listen to the river sing sweet song to rock my soul. Take me, sing me, sweet and sleepy. Sing me sweet and sleepy all the way back home. It's a far gone lullaby so many years ago. Mama, mama, many worlds I've come since I first left home. Going home by the waterside, I will rest my bones, listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul. I'm going to plant a weeping willow on the bank's green edge, and it will grow. Sing a lullaby beside the water. Lovers come and go, the river roll. Fare you well, I love you more than words can tell. Listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul. Listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul. Do do do. I tell you, we can hold a note out. We know how to do that. I tell you, it's something special. It's like a little 3-person choir.
It's that humidity getting all up in my lungs.
Woo, baby. After all the jacks in the boxes and the clowns have all gone to bed, you can hear happiness staggering on down the street. Footprints dressed in red, and the wind cries Mary. Somewhere a queen is weeping. Somewhere a king has no eye. And the wind whispers, Mary. The traffic lights, they turn blue tomorrow and shine emptiness down on my bed. The tiny islands say home down the stream, for the life that lives is dead. And the wind screams, Mary. Oh, help me now. think I love you. But I wanna know for sure. Oh, baby, come on and sock it to me one time. Oh, shucks, I love you. Will the wind ever remember the pain it has blown in the past? With this crutch, its old age, and its wisdom, it whispers, no, this must be the last. And the wind cries, Mary. And the wind screams, Mary. And the wind whispers, Mary. Check it out. All right. We're going to put a little Louisiana music and a little Texas music together for you. Make a musical mud pie. Hey, hey, yeah. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Hey, hey. Come on now.
slow boogie roll. I said, hey, 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 Rocky Way. Hey, 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 Rocky Way. Shotgun Willie sits around in his underwear, biting on a bullet, pulling out all of his hair. Shotgun Willie got all of his family there. Well, you can't make a record if you ain't got nothing to say. Woo! Can't play music if you don't know nothing to play. Shotgun Willie sits around on his ass all day. Shotgun, honey, hey, got his family there. Chicken, chicken, chicken. I don't know, but I've been told about a skunk, baby, man, it's filled with soul. Everybody's beautiful, nobody ever knows. Shotgun Willie sits around in his underwear, biting on a bullet, biting on a bullet, biting on a bullet. Shotgun, hey, hey, got his family there. My spot boy, met your spot boy, met him by the fire. Your spot boy, met my spot boy, gonna set that well on fire. Hey now, I go, hey. A job I don't be no hot night, Jogamo.
Rest I deny to thee, Savior, on his way into the sun. But I didn't talk or ignore his condition as he came undone. I only saw the tips of spit and the spit from the mouths of crows. His path was filled with complicated and suffering all alone. His innocence held such clarity. Gethsemane still on his breath, barefoot and burdened unjustly. Love never leaving his breath. From this began my wandering, my punishment for the crime of standing still among an angry mob. All of them friends of mine. His innocence held such clarity. Gethsemane still on his breath, barefoot and burdened unjustly. Love never leaving his breath. Many come from the west, many here from the east, like birds alone with their songs on the wires, the trees, and the eaves. I will give you the gold I stashed away. I will give you the fat of my land. My sister has two lovely sparrows, one in each of her hands. One All right. Thanks for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. I can't always be here live, but I'll always be here for you. Just like you're always there for me. I'd like to close tonight. Send a special shout out to the friends and the family of one of the most beloved of the Shiny Ribs tribe, Mr. Ryan Hawkins, who passed away last Thursday. Some of you probably saw my poem I wrote for him. I'd like to read it for you now, and I'd like to leave this all in love for Ryan Hawkins. Farewell, Hawk. There's nobody like you nowhere. It's true. A true original. A Beaumont boy. Egalitarian gadabout. A bringer of joy. A relentless charmer. A record collector of laughs. And a steady rolling raconteur. Oh yeah. Kinetic, tireless dreamer. Nobody was a stranger. A sentimental sweetener. A Buddha and arranger. Devout Epicurean. At home uptown or down low. A heart of gold. A friend's friend till the end. Too soon. We will never forget you, Ryan Hawkins. We will never forget you, man. I love you, Ryan. I will miss you. Peace. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.